The theme of revenge is introduced when Horatio tells the story of Fortinbras Senior's death and his son's want for the land that was stolen from him. Now Sir young Fortinbras, and terms compulsory, those for said land so by his father lost. This shows that Fortinbras is prepared to go to war in order to win back the land that was stolen from his father. This enhances my appreciation of the text as it shows that Fortinbras's passion to hold on to what he has left of his father. The next time we hear of Fortinbras's revenge is when his army ride past Hamlet, and it makes him realise he has still to act. Oh, from this time forth, my thoughts be bloody or be nothing worth. Fortinbras's army marching past inspires Hamlet to take action. Hamlet realises that the soldiers fighting for a piece of land owed to their country is honourable, and it prompts him to act rather than think, as he sees his plot for revenge as righteous. Hamlet is first introduced to the theme of revenge when he is visited by the ghost of his father. The ghost of Hamlet's father informs him that he was murdered by Claudius, and that he is not able to rest in his grave until he is avenged this foul and most unnatural murder. Hamlet's father is asking him to kill Claudius to avenge his death. Hamlet strongly desires revenge for his father's murder, but other concerns cloud the issue. For example, the prayer scene, when Hamlet has the perfect opportunity to kill Claudius, but he thinks that he is mid-prayer, therefore his father would not be avenged. A villain kills my father, and for that I, his sole son, to this same villain sent to heaven. Why, this is higher in salary, not revenge. Hamlet doesn't take the opportunity because to kill a person who is in the act of communing God sends that person straight to heaven. Revenge for Hamlet isn't simply about killing Claudius, it's about making sure that he suffers in hell, like he thinks that his father is doing. This enhances my appreciation of the text, as it shows a contrast between Fortinbras and Hamlet, who both seek revenge for their fathers. The theme of revenge is continued when a player recites a monologue and is brought to tears whilst performing it, and this touches Hamlet. Oh, what a rogue and peasant slave am I! A broken voice and his whole function suiting with forms to this conceit, and all for nothing. After watching one of the travelling players deliver a moving speech, Hamlet criticises himself for his incapability to avenge his father's murder. Hamlet feels that he is weak as an actor can cry for a fictional character, but he cannot avenge his father. This enhances my appreciation of the play, as it shows the audience how much pressure Hamlet is under, and it creates tension. Why, what an ass am I! This is most brave, that I, the son of a dear father murdered, prompted to my revenge by heaven and hell, must like a whore unpack my heart with words. Hamlet can't take action, as he can't stop thinking, and he has realised that all he has done up to this point is talk. During the speech, he gets angry at himself for not yet investing in a plan. This enhances my appreciation of the text, as it shows how desperate Hamlet is to find a way to know if the ghost is telling the truth. Near the play's conclusion, we see Laertes take a contrasting approach to revenge. Whilst the others have planned and slowly achieved their aim, Laertes, on the other hand, swoops in with a revolutionary crowd chanting his name, whilst he hunts down Hamlet for murdering his father, to cut his throat in the church. This shows the extent to which Laertes would go to avenge his father, which is a complete contrast from Hamlet, who refused to murder Claudius whilst he was at prayer. This enhances my appreciation of the text, as it shows Hamlet is thinking about afterlife, which makes him stand out as an individual. I am satisfied in nature, whose motive in this case should stir me most to my revenge, but in my terms of honour I stand aloof. Hamlet apologises to Laertes for the murder of his father. While Laertes accepts his apology, he claims that his honour is a good enough reason to continue his path to revenge, even though he is no longer angry with Hamlet. This enhances my appreciation, as it shows Laertes' dedication to revenge. This essay is set in a prison in Burma in the early 20th century. It recounts an experience Orwell had while serving as a police officer in that country. We are made aware of the setting of the essay We're made aware that the setting of the essay is in a prison, and it opens on what seems to be a dreary day, sodden morning of rain. An atmosphere of lost hope, helplessness, and despair is created through the description of the jail cells among those contained in them. Orwell describes the prison as small animal cages, as they are not in a suitable living condition. It also suggests that the prisoners are inhuman, which makes the prison officials seem cold and brutal. The dog is important to the essay as it demonstrates humanity in this context of capital punishment, the taking of a life. The dog is a sharp reminder to the prison officers that the man being marched to the gallows by men is a man just as they are men. He is not different. The dog does not recognise the difference and sees the man as a human who is able to love and to be loved. Orwell states, "For a moment it pranced around us, and then, before anyone could stop it, it made a dash for the prisoner, jumping up, tried to lick his face." The prisoner is the image of the man that society cast out and deemed unfit to live. The dog is a contrast. The dog symbolises humanity and empathy for the prisoner. Orwell watches the simple act of the prisoner. He steps slightly aside to avoid the puddle in the path. The man sidesteps the puddle due to natural instinct. This shows that he is conscious of his surroundings. This strikes Orwell as it wouldn't be expected for the prisoner to care about something so little considering what he is facing. It is a small yet significant action. Orwell goes on to describe in detail the seemingly drawn-out process of the prisoner's execution. The tragic silence which falls upon the party gathered is interrupted by his rhythmic cries of "Ram, Ram, Ram." This suggests that the man is guilty and is pleading to God for forgiveness and acceptance into his religion's afterlife. This is a major impact on the witnesses, especially those from the same religion, as they realise that one day this will be them. The narrator wants us to see how the executors lose their sense of morality. This is shown in the insensitivity of the superintendent to the hanging when he approaches the prisoner as he states, "He's all right." This is ironic, as he's not all right, he is dead. An enormous relief had come upon us now that the job was done, is how the narrator described the release of tension. Irony is present as the witnesses chat and joke about the prisoner and also another victim who was hung recently. Towards the conclusion of the play, outrage has been stirred within the reader due to the insensitivity of those gathered. The prisoner is forgotten and is no longer relevant to their hardened lives. Yet, whilst the characters are enjoying a drink, the narrator adds the image of the dead man still hanging 100 yards away.